My fucking music broke. The music is broken, guys. Oh, jeez. And I think my chat's broken too. My chatterino just said disconnected. So I don't even know if I'm like live right now. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, hello. I don't know what's going on right now. Anyways, my chat is back. I don't know what the fuck is happening. Oh, there goes Chatterino again. Okay. Interesting. Is this just a me thing? Mine is fine. The fuck? How does that even work? Because I guess it's not my internet. Because like the stream is, the stream is live. I don't know, man. Cursed. Oh my god! And the alerts aren't working. What is happening, man? The fuck? Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Okay, I guess yeah, my alerts are just not connected. And it wants me to restart OBS to connect them, so I'm gonna have to do this the old fashioned way. I'll do the alerts myself. White people be like, oh, thank you. White people be like, oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I gotta pull it up on my browser. Wait, I just got five. Dude, I didn't even see this. I didn't even see that I just got. What the hell does this mean? How would you rate Streamlabs? Get off my screen, motherfucker. I'm trying to look at the fucking. Wait, I just got 5 gifted and it says will be displayed in 60 seconds. What does that mean? First of all, thanks for the 5 gifted, but like this didn't even fucking. What? Postcard? What does this button do? What the hell's a postcard? What the hell did I just click? Man. Thank you, Anonymous. And thank you, Party City Appreciator, and Fishy Binky, and Karithra. Thank you for the subs. And Star Matcha. Thank you. You can send a thank you postcard to your subs. Well, apparently only the gifters, because the normal subs do not have an awesome postcard button next to them. I don't know what the fuck. Maybe that's sent out like a postcard. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's sent out like an email to them that just has my address in it. I don't know, man. Okay. What if I. Okay. Pop out chat. Because I gotta really go the old fashioned way. Wait. I got a hype train. First time in my life where I actually see myself having a hype train. That's amazing. Because I have to use the fucking. I have to use the browser. The hell? Guys, level 25 hype train emote is hey, hey, guys. Which is hey, guys, but the hands are moving. Level 50 is Pog Chomp. We need to get a. How the fuck do you even get to level 50? That sounds insane.
Aksually. No.
What? Wait, that came through. Okay. Man, always some random ass situation with this website. The gay bits. We're going to be doing some gay bits today on stream. We're going to be running back some gay bits. Shit's going to get real gay on this Saturday night live stream. Did you watch the Harry match? The Harry match? What does that mean?
White people be like,
dude, it's
Can
working.
hear me hello gay sex Peter Griffin I comfy.
Gay sex Peter Griffin. Boxing? Dude, I am so fucking out of the loop. I don't have a fucking clue what's going on. He boxed Russell. I do remember some. Yeah, I think I did see that once. That was happening. I didn't realize that was happening today. Did not realize. Congratulations for graduating Slacker Hotline. Congrats. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I slept in. I woke up at the right time and I could not open my eyes. I'm fucking exhausted. I just couldn't get my eyes open. Couldn't do it. And then my brain went, oh, just 15 more minutes. And then, yeah, I woke up like a few hours later. And now I'm here. So, um, dude, this is fucked. My chat keeps like cutting out for like 5 minutes, and then or not 5 minutes, but like 30 seconds. And then I can't tell if my chat died or if it's disconnected. And then it'll pop back in, and then all of a sudden there's like 15 messages that I did not receive. What? What? We got mobile delay. Yeah, I guess so. All right, whatever. We'll deal with it, I guess. How are you guys today on a Saturday, on this glorious, beautiful Saturday? Tired? Ain't that the truth? My roomie is making me a sandwich. My grandma's at the Pitbull concert right now. Fuck yes, bro. I turned 29 and smoked weed all day. It was awesome. Wait, that means it's your birthday. Everybody say happy birthday, fry bread freak. Happy awesome 29th birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I hope people are saying happy birthday. I think my chat just cut out again. Oh yeah, they are. There we go. I just got the birthday wishes. Fucking I don't know. I don't even know what this issue is. Everything else is fine. But like I'm being like blacklisted from my connection to the Twitch servers, but only the chat servers, which is awesome. Are you steaming anything today? I steamed some vegetables earlier when I made rice, and it was it's delicious. Streaming? Yeah, I'm streaming right now. Nah, I just mess. I don't know. I don't know. Does that mean you also steamed rice? Well, I wouldn't say I steamed the rice because the rice was in the water and the steam from the water, because my rice cooker also has a steaming tray. So it uses the water from when the rice is cooking to steam the vegetables or like whatever you want to put up there. You can put anything up there. Anything that your fucking soul desires can go in the steam basket. What did you think about Papa's Mocharia? It was alright. It's just too difficult for me to like lock in on it on stream. I freak out. I freak out. That's all right. That's why Freezeria is the best one. I don't even know what my favorite one is. Don't have a damn clue. I like the idea of Wingeria, but I don't even know if I actually like it, to be honest. I think I just like chicken wings. Where are my Scooperia sisters at? Scooperia. Ugh. Is there a hot doggeria? Wait, that's actually a good question. Hot doggeria. Oh, there is. Wait, they gotta put this shit on Steam. All Papa's games. Alright, here's every single one. Papa's Pizzeria. Papa's Burgeria. Papa's Taco Mia. Papa's Freezeria. Papa's Pancakeria. Papa's Wingeria. Papa's Hot Doggeria. Papa's Cupcakeria. Papa's Pastaria. Papa's Donateria. Papa's Cheeseria. Papa's Bakeria. Papa's Sushiria. Papa's Scooperia. Papa's Mocharia. Papa's Cluckeria. And Papa's Palateria. What's that last one about? Pour a variety of purees, creams, and chunky fillings into paleta molds and send them to the deep freeze for a quick chill. Decorate the frozen treats with a variety of dips, drizzles, and toppings. Yes. Yummy. Wait, when did this one come out? 2024. 2024 is the last one they made a new one, I guess. Wait, Flipline Studios headquarters is in Cleveland, Ohio. And their number of employees is 2. And one of the founders is called Matt Neff, like Will Neff, but it's Matt Neff. And the other one is Tony Solari. Tony Solari. I hate how in the new games they design everything for mobile versions, so everything in decoration stations look abstract and weird. Abstract and weird, damn, bro. The Papa's games are officially getting abstract and weird. The homeless cat that keeps coming to my house might have gave birth. Neon is having a buy one get two free sale. Get two free? What? That's an insane deal. How's that profitable for Neon? A Nora thong, $15. I know what I'm getting. Wait, Apollo 11 Blu-ray. Damn, there really is a bunch of fucking bullshit on here. Holy shit. Ferrari Blu-ray. Long legs shirt. Man, their shirts are they're kind of lazy with the shirts, to be honest. Like, I feel like they could do more with these designs. Yeah, there's like nothing worse than a shirt that there's like one side of the design that looks really fire, but then I don't know, they get like insecure or something and they're too scared. They're too scared to just leave us with that design. They always got to put something on the other side too that just looks like shit. It's a fucking real bummer. It's a real bummer when they do some shit like that. Subtle logo on the front and huge bullshit design on the back. Yeah. Or when they put the good design on the back. Man, these people just don't have a fucking clue. I mean, yeah, when I see the content of like the shirts for movies that came out 5 years ago that have like a 3.1 on Letterboxd, I'm like, I can see why they're doing a buy one get two free deal. I would too for some of these movies because I don't think anyone has bought anything from these movies in probably like 4 years. Going to Belize for a month and a week. Wait, that's awesome. I hope you have a great, amazing trip. Amazon usually does 3 for $30 for some awesome 4Ks. Dude, the most awesome thing happened. I didn't pick up a package that I got from Amazon because I was like, I don't know, I just didn't get around to it. So the package got sent back and they just gave me my money back. Like all of it. In my head I was like, well, I guess I've just sacrificed 15 euros for no good reason. I guess I have to live with that decision. And then I just got all of it back. I got every single cent back. I was like, okay, cool. Awesome. So that means when I buy something from Amazon and I get buyer's regret, I can just go not pick it up and I'll get my money back. That's great. I returned something once and they told me to keep it and just refunded me. Oh, fuck yes. Literally the only time I've gotten lucky with, like, you know when you sometimes like go to support because you think like your package got lost and you say like, oh, I didn't get my package, so they send you a new one and then two of it arrives at the same time. The only time that's happened to me is with shit that it's like I would have no possible good reason to have two of these. Like there's absolutely nothing that I gain from having two of this item. It's never something like really cool that I'd be like, no way, dude, I got two of this. Like imagine if I got like two controllers. That's amazing. I can play with all my friends. But yeah, no, it's like shavers and like meat thermometers. I'm like, all right, cool. That happened to me. I bought a pack of whisks, so now I have 8 whisks. Wait, that's kind of awesome, though. That means you can get 8 people over at your house and you can all make scrambled eggs. You're going to get everybody involved. Everybody can make their own, but then you're also going to need 8 pans and 8 spots on the stove. Otherwise, it's going to be really awkward. And you probably won't even get to enjoy the meal together properly. Dude, this is like this little fucking no, dude, there's like something wrong with my internet, but for some reason it's not interrupting the stream. Cuz when I lose connection with chat, my Steam also says no connection. But then the stream, what is that? This makes no sense. What am I streaming through? How's this like reaching the people? It's weird. The hacker is trying to say hi to you. I can't let that shit. I can't even think about that. I can't let that motherfucker come back into my life. What a nightmare. Can't even fucking imagine that. I got an immersion blender with a whisk attachment, but it, like, how would you even use that shit? We go everywhere. I don't even know what that is. An immersion blender? I don't know. I have never heard of such a fucking thing in my life. What makes it immersive? It's like a stick with a blade on the bottom. Stick with a blade. Oh. Oh, so it's like the handheld thing. I see. Yeah, no, that does seem like it would go everywhere, to be honest. That does I don't know. I enjoy hand whisking my eggs cuz it feels like no matter how hard I whisk it, it never like escapes the bowl, so I can go really hard and I can get my eggs looking real nice and good. And because I'm like use your hand? No, like I use my whisk. I don't put like my hand in there. Ew. It's disgusting. I think like touching raw eggs with my hands is probably one of like my least favorite things to do of all time. I don't know why. I don't really even I'm not really even worried about like the salmonella factor. I just don't like touching them at all. Oh, there it goes again. The fuck? Yeah, Steam says no connection. Wait, this means, bro, my fucking web pages don't load during this period. This is such a mess. So I guess like my upload speed works. My upload speed is fine. I can send out information, but I can't receive it. That would be funny. Imagine if my download speed just went down entirely and I wouldn't be able to receive any messages from you guys, but you guys would still hear me. And then I'd start like picking my nose on stream because I'd think that my stream is down, but it's not. Your internet is down, but I made a call to the big guys, so they're letting you stream. Oh, that's very kind. Thank you. And you eat it? No, I don't. I've never eaten my boogers, man. Even as a kid, I thought that shit was gross. I've always had a touch of class and dignity. The boogers are all only meant for one hole on my body, or my, or two holes actually. The nostrils. Are there any updates on Malevolent? I'm gonna be honest, that shit is on pause. It's not really something that I'm thinking about right now because I just don't have the. I just don't have it in me. I'm gonna be honest. There's just thing after thing happening. Just too much going on. Even today was like a lot of dealing with stuff. I was my sisters went to go visit the house because they wanted to go like pick some stuff up, so I gave them the key. And that was like the first time that someone has visited the house since the guy broke in. And it turns out that the guy had like to be honest, like this was like super. I mean, the situation is like so absurd that I do still think like part of it is really funny, but also at the same time, this was like super upsetting to me because when they went in, they basically found that he had. Well, number one, he had to clean the whole fucking house. Because I guess he thought that he was just going to live there now, which is kind of insane. He had literally went through like all the fucking drawers. And that's the part that like really, I don't know, it just really sucks. I'm going to be honest. Like it really blows. Because that was like the one thing where I was like, this is something that I get to do on my own terms. You know, there's like a lot of things to look through. I have to go and clean up the whole house. And I like spoke about it like when I went, but it was the whole house was like a time capsule. Like a lot of things hadn't moved. And it's not even that I was like holding on to that with like my two hands saying, no, I can't let go. But it was more so the fact that I just kind of really wanted to deal with it on my own. And he has just moved everything around. Like everything, which is just like really annoying. He has put everything in the like black trash bags. So I guess it's like he didn't like manage to throw it away, but he still went through like everything, which feels really violating and just also really annoying. And there's like, it's really weird because he cleaned up another man's mess, but then he didn't fucking clean up his own mess because there's like fucking beer bottles everywhere. And I'm like, okay, great. What the fuck? Like, this doesn't even make any fucking sense. Why don't you clean up your own fucking shit too? Because now I got to go and clean up this fucking random guy's fucking bullshit. And the most insane way is how he got into the house. Number one, he tried to pick the lock of the front door and then just like with like scissors or some shit, and then the scissors broke. So he left the scissors in the lock. And then my sisters had to like lock pick the door themselves because there was just like a fucking scissor that was stuck in the door. Which was like, okay. But he didn't get in through that way. There was this like extension thing that like the previous owners like 20 years ago had started adding to the house. And there was like a window that was like kind of loose. So he opened that window. And I don't, dude, this is crazy. He took the wall off the bathroom. He just took the wall off. Like it was like a kind of like a lighter, like kind of like a piece of plywood. He ripped it off. He ripped it off and just went in through the wall. So yeah, I don't know. It's insane. It's like just easily one of the most like insane things that's probably ever happened to me. So like I don't know. It's honestly just like it's really depressing. I didn't really know like what he did in the house. At first I thought he was in there for like maybe like a day. But like he'd been in there for like a week or two. Cuz he had just like rearranged the whole furniture. He'd like moved the TV because I guess he thought he could watch TV. There's like no fucking cable in the house. So he just moved the TV for no fucking reason. And also, there's a big bucket of shit that is in the kitchen. He was just shitting in a bucket, and the bucket is still there. So when I go there, I'm gonna have to fucking pick up his bucket of shit and throw it out. And apparently, it's like super heavy. Because my sister was like, I tried to throw it out, but then it was like too heavy, and I was scared that the bucket might break and I might spill shit all over myself. And I was like, no, that's fair enough. So there's just a big bucket of piss and shit that is in the fucking kitchen. So the police went to investigate and just left that in there for you guys to handle. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. it literally like hilarious to me that number one, they couldn't figure out that a window was open and a part of the wall was missing. It took them 3 hours to figure that out. And then they just fucking, I guess they left. They left through the same fucking hole in the wall. So I'm gonna be honest, there's it's just like weird because I also feel like the neighbors are going into the house. because when my sisters went, they said there was like a pathway. There was like a pathway from like their house where we could tell like people had walked. So they're going to the house too. And like I just don't fucking understand. I don't understand why like people can't leave this fucking shit alone.
White people be like,
That's like literally all I want is for this like one thing to be left alone. This whole situation has been like really exhausting and like fucked up to deal with. There's been a lot of things where I just like, has been like totally out of my control. And this really was like the one thing where I was like, man, I just want this one thing to be like normal and easy, and it's not. And it really is like, well, number one, because he had like beer bottles in the house, I guess he was going to the store when he was living there. So like a part of me is like, I wonder if like he fucking pawned off a bunch of shit, which is great. I'll never even really know, I guess, like what he pawned off, because I didn't have like a full account of everything that was in the house. And also something that I'm fucking praying for is that, okay, if he put the things in all the black bags, I hope he at least had like some kind of organization to it, because I swear to God, if like there's like photo albums and shit that are like in the same bag as like fucking rotting garbage, that's gonna fucking piss me off. If the photo albums are all in the same bags and it's fine, then that's okay. But if he just fucking threw it all in there, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed off. Cause like, what the fuck? Cause this is my thing, okay? If he really just wanted to sit in like some corner of the house, whatever. Still kind of annoying, but like whatever. But the fact that this guy fucking went into like all the drawers, cleared everything out, and like put it in the bags and shit, and was probably planning on like throwing it all away, is just like, bro, that is such like BM, bro. that is such fucking BM. It's insane. Like, I don't know. Who is this old man? It's the son of the neighbors. It's the son of the neighbors who lives in like, I don't know, he lives in like some kind of apartment thing that he had to report to every evening. And then at one point he didn't show up. So he went missing for like a week and a half. And then they found him in the house. And then they had to like, take him away or some shit. I was like, man. You know him? I mean, yeah, I used to know him. It's the son of that crazy lady. Yes, it's the son of the crazy lady. And because here's the thing is, when my sisters went today, they talked to her because she pulled up. Because she was like, is he dead? She was like, is he dead? And my sister was like, yes, he's dead. And they had like a whole like, conversation or whatever. I told my sister, I was like, you should have told her that he's alive and he's coming back very soon so that she fucks off. But then, there was like also like, dude, I don't even remember if I talked about this part. There is this guy who is friends with my dad, one of his last remaining friends, who, number one, keeps calling everybody in the family and being like, why do none of you fucking care? What is wrong with you people? Which is like, okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you for your input. Second of all, he keeps saying none of his children are even his children. It's been proven they're not his children. They shouldn't get any of the inheritance, which there is none. There is no inheritance. This man had nothing. The house was not even in his name. Okay? It wasn't even his house. The house is in my mother's name. But he wants the house. And I'm like, bro, if we are not his kids and we do not deserve the inheritance, then brother, who the fuck are you, man? Who are you? What are you? What did you fucking get married to him? Did you guys like elope? Like, what is your fucking claim here, brother? But yeah, like he keeps calling my mom and he keeps calling my fucking aunt and like asking about me. And like saying some shit like, oh yeah, I saw like a picture of him. He doesn't look anything like him. Which isn't even true. I've been looking at pictures for weeks and being like, Jesus Christ, I really fucking do look like him. I'm like, man, I fucking wish. All right, I wish. I wish I had that out. I don't. So, yeah, now this is just, it's so fucking annoying on every level, man. And he keeps like, he also kept calling my aunt and being like, you need to have an autopsy done. We don't know how he died. And I'm like, are you fucking out of your mind? We know how he died, bro. Are you fucking serious? He's like one of those people that like when they see a death announcement and they quote tweet it with like vaxxed. Like brother, his fucking like leg came off and like his liver stopped working. Like what do you think happens when that happens, bro? It's insane. And I don't think anyone's even broken him the news yet that he's just being cremated and then we're doing like a family thing where we're burying the ashes and he's not invited. He is not invited. I don't know how he's going to react to that news. Cuz this is another thing is when the funeral was originally, when my aunt thought that you legally had to host a funeral, otherwise you'd go to prison, which was fucking funny as hell. When she was planning the funeral, she was like, Jesus Christ, like all these people I'd have to fucking invite, like it's gonna be a mess. And I was like, oh my god, it would be a mess, because I mean, honestly, like my dad was like, he had like kind of a cult. Like I don't know how else to describe it. It was a bunch of people who were convinced that my father was like the one connection to God that we have on earth, the mouth of God. So if there would have been a funeral, these like cultists would have been there. I was like, dude, it would have been like one of those like funerals of like a dictator where everyone's like fucking sobbing and crying and screaming. Like, Jesus Christ, it would have been fucking insane. Do you think they've showed up to his house? Dude, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not I like, number one, I'm not I try to like keep my patience like pretty well. Like I don't like to yell at people, at least in real life. I do yell at chat sometimes, but that's streaming, baby. That's the internet. But like in person, I don't like to yell at people at all ever. Even when I'm like kind of pissed off, I just like kind of try to avoid that. I'm not gonna lie, I'm at a point now where like if any of these people fucking call me, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I'm gonna fucking crash out. Seriously. I'm gonna like I don't even like I might end up telling an old man to fucking kill himself. Like I don't know. If this guy fucking reaches out, I don't know anymore. Like Jesus fucking Christ. Same with that fucking lady, bro. At this point, I don't. It's like fucking the whole like leaving a path and like going to the house. Like, bro, I know you've been there. I know you're fucking. You probably because this the thing is. Not only did that motherfucker rearrange the furniture, he changed the fucking curtains to some curtains that we've never seen before in our life. How do you get curtains? You go to the store and you buy them. Or maybe your mother, who lives next door, gave you the fucking curtains. You know what I mean? Like, she's always hated your old curtains. Finally, she could replace them. Yeah. It's, oh my God, look at this. Look at this heavenly light. Heavenly light coming through the back. So he's like moved in there. You know, it was like honestly, it was a nice like ideological exercise for me. Because I was like when I found out the guy was in the house, I was like, well, like realistically, if the guy really wants a place on this earth where he can be, I wouldn't have like a problem with him being there because it's not like I'm going to live in the fucking house. But it was really like, you know, I thought about it like long and hard because I was like, but really my problem is that there's a lot of just like personal shit that is in the house. And as long as that stuff is in the house, I don't want anyone in the house. If it was like an empty house and it turned out like, oh, a guy is sitting in there, I'd be like, oh, well, I guess, you know, that's just how it is. A man is in the house. But he took the fucking wall off the bathroom, which great. Guess who has to fucking pay to get that replaced? Me. Me. I have to replace the wall of the bathroom. I have to fucking, you know. And then I have to, I don't know. And it was like, let's all come over and get that wall sorted. Dude, and the worst part, this house is like haunting me because I had a dream where the neighbors were on the news and the news filmed this house. And I was like, oh, this is so fucked up because I've literally posted a picture of this house. Because in my head, I was like, well, this house is in the middle of fucking nowhere. You can't dox it. But then it was like, in my dream, it was on the news. And I was freaking out because I was like, oh my God. So, yeah, it's like showing up in my dreams. It's like everywhere. So it's been a very like it's been a super. I mean, that's the crazy thing is it hasn't even been a week yet since my dad died. So it's like it's all like moving like really fast. There's like a lot of crazy things happening. I think this upcoming weekend, this next weekend, I will be taking Saturday and Sunday off because there's like a bunch of stuff I gotta fucking deal with. Oh, my tier 3 to Prezzo renewed. So it's like a fucking. On top of that, you can't even play Minecraft. Yeah, I can't play Minecraft. Minecraft account banned. Minecraft account banned. Dad dead. House broken into. It's crazy. Yeah, no cat. and Arsenal lost. Like, it's crazy. I mean, I do enjoy um I do enjoy like the humorous side of this, because I'm gonna be honest, is that a lot of this really is just so fucking absurd that it's just really easy to make jokes about, and it does make it like a lot better to deal with. Because I mean, this whole fucking the whole situation is just like, when you really like give like a TLDR, is like, my dad, who believed he had fucking witch powers, died, and now his disciples are fucking gathering to harass the family, and his fucking cursed ass house with like fucking sheep skulls on the walls is being broken into. Like, it's just completely completely absurd. But really, it is like, you know, Angelina's, thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you. That will go towards the repairing the bathroom wall. Thank you for paying for a part of my late father's bathroom wall repair. Treat yourself. Thank you. I'm going to treat myself to a really nice piece of wall. Thank you so much. And Chai and Daisy, thank you for the prime. And also Danger Days and Fish P3K. Cherry Case. Cherry Case, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Sorry that the alerts are broken again. But thank you. Also, yeah, Lives Online, thanks to 100 bits. Yeah, a man tried to, if you missed the wall part, a man tried to pick the lock of the house and couldn't get in, so he took the fucking wall off the bathroom. Took the wall off the bathroom. Foof! Thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, I will say that, you know, streaming has honestly been really, really fun throughout all this. It's been like a nice escape, which is why I took like a couple days off after I found out about the passing of my father. But then I was like, I'm gonna go back to streaming, because, like, I don't know, it's like something to do, you know. And it's like, now I feel like I can also, you know, I can be a lot more honest about who my father was, because he's now dead, and I don't have that fear of him like randomly pulling up in my chat, which was genuinely a fear that I had, because one thing I gotta, you know, hand to my father, although he was completely absent for most of my life, he was one of my only family members who actually watched my content sometimes. So in that sense, he was actually like a really supportive father figure. But I don't know how much he watched of the streams. I know he watched like all the videos, and then he would post it on his Facebook and be like, "This is my son," and I'd be like, "Great, thanks for the fucking docs." We lost a community member then? Yes, we lost a beloved member of the Aksually mental illness community. One of the strongest warriors of the Aksually mental illness army. But yeah, it's, well, okay, number one, like, I guess, like, since I'm talking about it, I guess I'll like unpack like a lot of the experience. Um Number one, it was really weird because you know, he was always old. He was always like kind of like an old, you know, an old ass man, way older than anybody else. So I already spent like a lot of my childhood thinking about and kind of like back then being scared of when he dies. So since I was like literally like 4 or 5 years old, I was just constantly thinking about like, man, this is gonna be weird when my fucking dad dies. Even though like he wasn't even that old at that point, he was like, you know, he was like 60, which is old. But you know, like it's normally you don't go up to like a 60-year-old and being like, I'm so scared that you're gonna die soon. But that's kind of how it worked in my brain. And um so like the day that he died, that was like a big part of like what I was thinking. I was like, damn. Because when you like think a lot about a day of like, oh, when this day is gonna happen, you know, there's like a big anticipation to the day. A lot of my thoughts were like, wow, I'm living this day right now. This day that was like an idea in my head for most of my life. I'm living it right now. Because the first day I was like, you know, I was like watching a movie when I got the text, and I was like so locked in on the movie that I just like I saw the text and I ignored it until the end of the movie. And the first day was just like a lot of like calling people around and being like, wow, that's weird. And then, but there wasn't like really a lot of emotion. And then the second day was like kind of like the harder day, because it's like a lot of like really mixed emotions, trying to kind of like figure out what exactly you're sad about, and then, you know, unpacking a lot of things. I think that the biggest thing about stuff like this is it digs up a lot of old shit. That's really, I think, what creates the sadness in the situation, is that there's a lot of things that you'd kind of like put away and moved on from, and then it like digs it up. Because like really, you know, when I went to the beach and I was like thinking about him, I wasn't really thinking of like any good moments that I had with him. I was just my brain was just running back like all the terrible fucking things that he did. So I was like, it was mostly that on repeat. And then it was then like kind of what started haunting me was the idea that, and not even really out of like a sympathy for him, but it was just the idea that he died alone. Just like the concept of that, because I think, you know, everyone in the family kind of had like 2 months to like go and see him if they wanted to, but like nobody did, and which is understandable, because I didn't either. Because I was like, my like number one reasoning for it was that there's not going to be like some like interesting bedside chat. I would be doing this more as a favor to him than like anything for myself, because mentally he was like so gone in the last few years that like anything he said just made like zero sense. It was all like related to like the greater fucking universe, and you know, God is saying this and that, and like you know, like the one of the last things he said that was like, my sister is not actually his daughter or some shit. So it would have been like a lot of stuff like that. So I was just like, there's no real benefit to this. But it was just like the general kind of concept and notion that he was just like in that hospital alone for months, which I then found out that he wasn't, because he had his fucking disciples and his like classmates that would go visit him, and then that like made me feel like better, because I was like, okay, well, you know, he got to spend a bunch of time with people that he had like good memories with. I guess he got to do his like favorite thing where he got to like run back the clock, you know, and talk about the times when he was like a really cool dude. While probably also insulting them. I'm gonna be honest, he just fucking hated everybody. There's not a single person in his eyes that was like good enough. Every single person, like I remember even as a kid, someone would be coming to visit us, and the whole lead up to the visit, he would just be shit talking this person, being like, yeah, this person's fucking weird. Then the person would be at our house, and it would be like, me and Bestie, you know, they would be like best friends. Everybody would get along. Although sometimes, you know, they would get drunk and then they would fight, and then the people would leave the house and never come back. But then most of the time it was like, you know, they would have like a great hangout. He was always like a really good host. He was a very good cook. Because he had like that restaurant back in the day and stuff, and he just in general cooking was something that he really enjoyed. So he always would have these like huge fucking food spreads for anybody that visited. And then literally like seconds after the person would leave, he would just immediately be like, God, that fucking person is so annoying. Just like under some kind of fucking spell, bro. So then he would go back immediately to shit talking the person. So that made me think like, yeah, I mean the people that visited him definitely were getting like shit from him all the time. And then I was sent pictures of him in the hospital, which I hadn't seen a picture of him since I think that like the last time I saw him, which was I think over 10 years ago. And I think the pictures, honestly, it was at first the pictures were like really hard to see. But it was like a necessary step in in this whole process. At first, the pictures like really fucked me up, and I couldn't like get them out of my mind. I'll be honest. One of the pictures has this like terrifying aura. It was like I won't even lie. Like I had to hand it to him because like around his like he had these like fucking dark circles around his eyes, and he was like looking around. He was like looking directly at the camera and shit. And it was like, I was like, damn, dude, he's like fucking talking to me. And that picture just like kept like popping up in my head. But what helped was I just like talked through it with my sister. We just spent like 30 minutes kind of analyzing the picture, being like, dude, he has like really weird and big fucked up thumbs. So I did indulge in like some forms of body shaming towards my father, I must admit. I made fun of his thumbs. But I felt like it was necessary in the moment. And like he had like a shit ton of milk on the side of his bed. He had like 4 cartons of milk. 4 cartons of milk and like a bunch of fucking tangerines, and I was like, this is the most like weird fucking diet that I think I've ever seen in my life. And the milk wasn't even being refrigerated, so I was like, that's weird. So but it was weird also because I expected him to look a lot worse. Like all things considered, he looked pretty good. And he was like, I don't know, he had like a radio. But yeah, I think he was pretty out of his mind towards the end because his friend bought him a radio, and apparently like he broke the radio. Because like I think he like either like threw it against a wall, or like I don't know what the fuck was going on, but like he broke the radio, which yeah is rude as fuck. And then the guy like wants the radio back, and we're like, well, the radio's fucking broken. I don't know what you're gonna do with the radio, but this guy's so petty, bro. He's so like, number one thing that he really wants, by the way, is like the spinny thing that he did magic with or whatever the fuck. He really wants that. And I don't know where it is. Because I wanted it. I'm going to be fucking honest. If I find it, yeah, the pendulum. If I find it, I'm not fucking giving it to him because I want it. I don't know if this is like a fucking Avatar kind of situation where the Avatar has died. And now the next avatar is this fucking guy. And he's like, I need the pendulum so I can harness the power that has been passed down onto me. But like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I just don't. I'm not gonna give it to some man. Who knows what kind of fucking power it might unleash in the world. Oh, I'm gonna change the. We'll put on "Boys Don't Cry" radio by The Cure. So, yeah, and he called my mom and he was like asking about a bunch of shit, and then he called my aunt to like gossip, and my aunt hit him with the bro, like, you're not on the team, because he called my aunt to be like, yeah, I called my mom, you know, I don't know like how to explain the fucking family, but he called my mom, and then he told my aunt that like it's kind of fucked up. It doesn't really seem like she cares. And oh my god, that fucking that like fucking tilted me, bro. I'm like, are you fucking serious? No shit, she doesn't fucking care, bro. Like, why would she care? In what fucking world can you expect this woman to give a fucking shit? I would say that she cared way more than I would have expected her to. You know what I mean? So, you're stronger than me. I would have swung. Dude, it was because I called my other sister, who is actually like not related to this man who just passed. We have a different dad, but I called her, and then because my brother-in-law sometimes he does sometimes become like the macho type where it's like, I need to protect my family. When he heard about this guy, he was like we need to fucking pull up on this guy. And I'm like, okay, well, we don't need to like beat up an old man. Okay, we don't need to fucking really realistically, like, all we need to do is like yell at him a little bit, and then like he'll like run away like a dog with his tail between his legs. Like, I'll be honest, I'm not really invested in the idea of fucking physically beating up an old man. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really expect this much motion, but it turns out my father really did have this much. Somehow, like, everybody knows, like 100 people that I've never fucking heard of have found out that he's dead, and they're all like really invested in this case. I'm like, wow. So they're all, trying to fucking get their piece of the pie, maybe. Can you elaborate on the magic? I believe, as a manipulation technique, in my eyes, because, okay, here's the thing is, I do think that mentally he degraded a lot towards the end, because he was a man that spent years alone in the woods. You know what I mean? So I think a screw came loose eventually. But I think it started off as a manipulation technique, because it was right around the time where my mom like was kind of like starting to cut him off, because they talked for like years after they split. They remained on like speaking terms, and they would like catch up on the phone all the time. And then at a certain point, my mom was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. So then she became more distant. But he understood that my mother and my grandmother are super into psychics, which is a whole other fucking can of worms, I'm gonna be honest. But he then kind of used that as like a way to be like, I have psychic powers now, by the way. And my grandmother immediately was like super into it. She was like super into it immediately. She was like, oh my god, this is amazing. The chosen one is in our family. And then he became a healer where a lot of people would go to his house. Like a lot of people. I'm not going to name any names because number one, you guys wouldn't even know who these people are. But like when I'm telling you that like fucking famous people, like some of the names that I've heard that went to his house to be like cured and healed are insane. um some of them I think are from like his past connections because he was like a super well connected man. He knew like everybody in old Estonia. And then I think like it was like a word of mouth thing where a lot of people ended up going to his house. And this went on for like 10 years. And actually like a few weeks ago before he passed, I got into his Facebook because like I hijacked his email from him like years ago because it was like connected to a bunch of my old accounts. And I went into his Facebook and I found out that he stopped using his Facebook maybe like 5 years ago. And his Facebook is filled with people that are like, "Where are you? I need your help. I need your help. Like, I'm having like some kind of like ailment, and I need your fucking powers or whatever." There was just messages after messages of people that were, kind of requesting assistance, I guess. And that was, I guess, when I like first really developed an understanding of how deep this all went and how big this like network of people was that he was influencing. So my chat is fucking dead again. My shit is disconnected. So I'm gonna like just kind of I guess like talk to myself. It's not really coming back this time. But yeah, it was like those like few years where he was like really getting into the psychic shit was really difficult for me because I obviously immediately understood that he's kind of using this to manipulate people. And he would use this to kind of like do fucked up things. Like he would call people and tell them that they had cancer. And these are people that like believed him. So these people would be like super fucking freaked out. And then he would call them again like a week later and be like, "You don't have cancer anymore. I've healed you. I've cured you of your cancer." So, hold on, I need to fix this chat. This is like driving me crazy. Maybe if I just go through Twitch. Connecting to chat. Like, why is my like IP fucking blacklisted from the Twitch chat? I can't. I can't fucking. I can't connect to you guys at all. Our connection is broken, guys. I can't reach you. I've never seen something like this. Okay, every time I refresh the page, I get new chat messages. Like I just got, and I thought my dad was evil. Okay, I'm getting some like a little like hints of some old messages. Let me refresh it again and see what comes through. It's like we're communicating by like letter. We're like carrier pigeon. Maybe I should go get my phone and see if I can connect to you guys on my phone. Hold on. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay. Let me see if this shit works on my phone. Okay, put a 1 in chat if you're here. I just saw a chat message that says, give us your phone number so we can just text you. That's probably easier. Okay, yeah, no, I can see these now. I guess I just gotta look down at my phone because my, like, Wi-Fi has for some reason been blocked from the... So I'm gonna talk to you guys like this. Finally get mobile lag too, yeah. But yeah, he was, both sides of your family having witches and wizards, bro. You gotta have powers too. I'm gonna be honest, and this isn't even like, you know, this isn't really even related to my opinion on like fucking sidekicks or whatever. I don't really care if you're into that. But I think in my family, it's a case of both sides of my family just being fucking riddled with a lot of mental illness. I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot of, I guess, that at play. I wish, you know what? I actually wish I had some kind of like, because at one point my father was saying a lot that I am the chosen one. That he's been communicating with. I don't know, like his narrative on it shifted because at one point, oh my god, dude, we're back, dude. That was moving like queso chat for a second. Holy shit. But the narrative on it all shifted because at one point he was communicating with aliens, some kind of like interterrestrial force who has more control over the proceedings of the universe than us. And then at another point, it was God. It became God. I think the last kind of last idea that he shifted towards was God. And it was really kind of shit because I was 100% on the side of this is all total fucking bullshit. He is manipulating people. He knows that this is bullshit, but he can tell that like this is really getting people under his arm. And everybody kept kind of being like, well, you never know. You never know. Because one thing about Estonians is they will say religion is fucking fake and gay. And religious people are fucking dumbasses. But they will be like, well, hold on. This psychic that's charging me 100 euros per reading? We don't know. We don't know. You know, it's like, it's the dynamics with Estonians are, everyone's super into the psychics and stuff. Really into it. To a very bad extent, I would say. So there was a lot of the fucking the healer rabbit hole goes really, really deep. Super deep. But it was, you know, did he use it to get money? No. He didn't charge anybody. He didn't charge anybody a penny. It was really like, I think his currency has always been the power over people is what like is kind of what pays his rent, you know. Kind of crazy that you turned out as well adjusted as you did. Yeah, it's I'm gonna be honest, it's a bit of a miracle. It's a bit of a I mean, I'm gonna be honest, like I think everybody in my family was relatively well put together until they turned like 50. So that's something that I'm like worried about. It's something that I'm always kind of going to be looking over my shoulder a little bit. Because I'm like, well, when my dad was my age, he was like really successful. You know, he was like he was like doing all these things. So I'm not out of the fucking. I'm not out of the woods yet. And the worst part, I mean, if I'm gonna be really honest, the worst part is that I do have some relatives who love telling me that, which is not really like outside information that I feel like I need. I do have relatives that sometimes love to hit me with the "do not get complacent," and I'm like, thank you for reminding me that I will forever be like an extension of my father. um, so I don't know. It's like a fucked. Everything's like fucked. um, but yeah, I guess he had like a cult. I don't know. I imagine if he would have lived like 10 more years, maybe he would have started moving them into the house, which that would have been crazy. I was always like wondering that. I was always like, when is this going to turn into like a localized operation? You know, like when is this? When are they going? When am I just going to like open the news one day and read that like a cult has taken control of like the government building? You know, like the prime minister's office has been hijacked by my father and his cult. Because that, I mean, do you think he would have immediately moved in to have multiple wives? I think if he would have had pull like that, he would have absolutely had multiple wives at this point in his life. I think the problem was that like he just kind of, you know, I imagine that, you know, women did visit him to see his powers, and then they were probably like, "Damn, you live like this," and they probably became severely unattracted to him because the house was a mess. I'll be honest. Um. So yeah, it's like it's really like a part of the grief is like, what am I even? This guy was like so insane that there's not like a real. It's hard for me to properly humanize him. You know, at this point he became this like kind of insane figure to the point where I'm like I have a lot of trouble fully wrapping my head around him as like a person. So I think like a lot of the ongoing sadness that I deal with is more so related to like the concept than the person itself. Because I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of a relief. It's a relief that he's dead. Is I think like kind of everyone's emotion, um, because the worry that we had was that he was gonna like pull through, and he would have to be put in like a care home, and then you know we would be paying for it because a chunk of it would be covered by the government, but then there's parts of it that kind of money just doesn't reach. So then we would have to end up fucking covering all that shit, and then that would have felt like the biggest fucking joke of all time. You know, having to cover like the expenses of your fucking of your fucking father that you hate. And also, honestly, something that I was genuinely worried about was that okay, so you put him into this like care home, this retirement community, as was said in The Sopranos. My number one worry was like he's gonna fucking murder the vibes in there. Genuinely, he's just gonna ruin the fucking vibes of like. There's probably like a lot of really chill ass, nice old people that are trying to enjoy their last fucking days, their last years on this earth. And then this fucking guy gets brought in. Some of them, I think, would 100% be recruited. And I think it would have honestly created like a situation where I think they would have had to like keep him away from the fucking general population, because I think he would have immediately started just like reeling them all in. My mom found out her evil biological dad passed away 3 years after he actually died. For the first week or so, she found out she had no idea how to feel. It's a very confusing time, but eventually you'll find some kind of solidarity with the situation. That's fucking insane. That's yeah, no, that sounds like a fucking that literally like all of these situations with dads are always some shit like that. There's some fucking like weird ass complicating uh moment. The last time he called her was 3 years ago, like probably the night he died. Damn. Yeah. That's to anyone that's also like out there dealing with like similar father issues, or you know, any sort of like parent or family member issues. I'm gonna be honest, whatever emotion you feel is like 100% good and valid. And you kind of just like need to let yourself feel it. And even if you don't feel anything in the moment, like it's not like a reason to kind of be like oh, uh this isn't right, which is true for any grief. I want to be honest. Any kind of grief that you will ever experience, there's no, you just kind of need to let everything happen as it happens. You need to kind of embrace the emotions that you're feeling, because there's it doesn't really ever follow some kind of like map, you know. When I made a tweet about not wanting to be like my dad that went viral, half my comments were like, "How dare you not want to be like your dad? My dad is amazing." There's here like my fucking kind of thoughts on the complicated dynamics of family have always been that I think if you have a family that is genuinely wonderful, there really is nothing like a family connection. But I don't think it's like the kind of connection where we need to hold on to it at one point, because it's not something that's like untouchable. You know what I mean? Like having like a really good mother or having really good siblings who have your back when things get rough, who will always give you like a roof over your head. I think that's fucking fantastic. It creates it creates a big safety net on life. But this doesn't mean that it's coming from an angle of like your mother and father are sacred beings that you must respect at all costs. I still think that connection is something that has to be earned. You know what I mean? This like undying loyalty is not something that just fucking exists. Which I think honestly quite objectively the best way to look at it, because I've also, you know, there's a lot of I've had to deal with it a lot too, where ever since I cut off my dad, there have been a lot of people who don't even fucking care about this guy, did not hang out with him, some didn't even know him ever, that just immediately made it their mission to like change my mind. And it was like super annoying to deal with. Because number one, it's another case of a person just not knowing when to fucking mind their own business, which is a really big problem in all scenarios. A lot of people just never fucking know when to mind their own business. And then, you know, but I'm also not like, to be honest, the kind of person that hold grudges, because there were people in my family that were kind of like still trying to maintain that image of normalcy, and then over the years they've kind of, their eyes have been opened to the point now that, you know, my father has passed. no one's like in deep mourning. You know, even his sister, who until the last few years of his life had this like kind of undying devotion to him. Not in a sense of like she was always very understanding when I told her that I didn't like him, but she felt like she had a sense of duty to him because they were siblings. So when he was like living in this hut in the woods, she would always like bring him groceries. And then when she would bring him groceries, my dad would always like nitpick all the groceries and be like, "You bought the wrong thing. You bought this is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong." That was like his favorite thing to do. Was if you he would be a very comfortable guy and he would tell you to like go buy him all these things and bring him all these things. And then when you would bring him the things, he would just like you would have to stand there and take this like fucking criticism from him. Meanwhile, he himself would never go and, you know, deal with these things himself. But you know, now even my aunt is at a point where like she doesn't. I think you know she's like pretty much like just joking about it and doesn't really give a fuck. And it was like a huge relief for her that she didn't have to host like an actual funeral. So that, you know, circling back, that is like kind of the concept that has been mostly fucking with my brain, is not out of sympathy for him, but just the general idea of living your life in such a fucked up way that you die and you've ended up in a hole where like nobody fucking cares, you know? And it was his own doing 100%. But the idea of that is so fucking depressing to me. It is just like, it's just like very fucking sad. Because, you know, I've talked about it before. Back in the day, he was a very popular guy, and he's always been like super fucking charismatic. So everybody loved him, even when he was, you know, he's always been kind of like a piece of shit throughout his whole life. But like, he always had like a lot of friends. He had like all these businesses. He threw a lot of parties, that kind of shit. And it ended up with like the only people that are like really his devoted followers are like his classmates from when he was like 16. And I don't know, like his fucking disciples, I guess. I don't know what to call them. So yeah, I think that's been like taking up most of the bandwidth, I would say. That would be the weirdest part. But then I don't know, he himself. Really, I'm just really excited for this like fucking dinner, because we're gonna like bury the fucking urn, and then we're gonna have food that he's paying for, because his bank account had like a bunch of money in it from all the like pension that he got. So he's paying for the food, and that's fucking lit. Funeral food be so good you forget who died. Yeah. No, for real. Off topic as fuck, bro. I love this song. The song is good. The song is good as hell. And also just like the notion of the sentence of like my dad is dead is like a heavy sentence, no matter like what your fucking bond or, you know, tied to this person was. It's still like a kind of like a, feels weird to say out loud. Feels weird to conceptualize. It's odd. It's very odd. Because a part of it is also like, I guess for me it was a moment where I'm like, damn, I really am like growing up at fucking 27 years old. I'm like, wow, I guess I really am an adult now. My fucking dad is dead. I'm like, that's like another like, I guess like connection severed to the childhood or whatever. But yeah. So Probably not even like the last that I'll have to deal with, like the fucking guy. I feel like he's just gonna break in again. I mean, I'm gonna like cover up all the holes to try and make it so that he can't get in, but I feel like he's just gonna like break down another wall. He's gonna break down another one. So I feel like this is gonna be probably an event in my life for a while. And whoever buys the house, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm probably gonna screw them on this. I'm not gonna tell them that there's a guy who might break in. I want it out of my life because I don't think he's like a dangerous guy. In all honesty, I think he's a guy that's kind of like lost and confused. So in all honesty, I do also feel sympathy towards him to an extent, but the whole like going through the drawers and like picking out the shit and putting it all in bags and stuff like that stuff fucking really did my fucking head in. Just kind of like weird motion. Maybe a random fire could start. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, like whoever buys the house is probably gonna have to tear it down. I don't know if it's like a house that you could really renovate. There's like a bunch of other things on the property that I think would make it interesting for someone who maybe wants like some kind of project, create some kind of like rural getaway. But the house itself, I think, is just like you just gotta fucking demolish it. So good luck to whoever has to deal with that. And like that thing I said about like when I found my dad's like fucking porno mags, and when I didn't know like what the guy inside the house found. Now I'm like, well, he definitely found the porno mags. He definitely found the porno mags, and if I don't find it in any of the trash bags, then I guess I will realize that they were one of his favorite things that he found in the house. So, and will you be inheriting those? I guess so. I don't know. I guess like I don't know. I don't really like I don't know. Don't really have like don't have any plans for them necessarily. Their dad have a will or anything? I don't think so. I'd be surprised. But also like he just didn't have anything to really give away except for like all the bullshit that's in the house. So, you know, I told my sister, I was like, we're doing kind of like a buffet style approach to the house that when you go there and something seems interesting, then just take it. Take it. First come, first serve. Like I'm not holding any ownership. Before my grandfather died, my dad had to clear 400 viruses off his laptop from all the porn websites he visited. Yeah, see, that's the thing is he has like 3 laptops in the house too that at one point I guess I'm going to plug in and try to see if they work. And I've seen his internet history before. So the good news is that it won't shock me. I'm pretty numb to it. I'm going to be honest. The whole like shock factor of like, oh my god, my dad jerked off to like pictures of feet wore off like 4 years ago. So I don't really care anymore. That's like not really something that moves me anymore. So I'm like, you know, just got here. I think that's a great thing to join in on. I think good first note. So now I will say, like, I think I'm more of like, honestly, more of like a historian on this because I do find him to be an endlessly fascinating man, and I will dig through every single one of his things until there's nothing left. because I do find it really interesting. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt. There's a lot of just really fascinating things. Fascinating specimen, 100%. 100%. And also, yeah, the guy apparently like cleared out all the drawers except for the ones that had like a bunch of pictures of me in it. Which I was like, okay. I don't know what the fuck that means. But okay. He knew. I was just like in my head, I'm like, okay, so he cleared up all the trash and then like, you know, he was like setting up like a real nice vibe for himself. Like he brought in a table from like one of the rooms in the back, set it up in the living room, you know, he cleared up all the trash. So I guess like in his head he was like, I live here now. I live here now. This is my house and I'm hanging out here. Which I'm like, that's kind of interesting, I guess, also. The decorative poop bucket. Oh, dude, the poop bucket. I'm just like, I'm not. I need to actually bring like some kind of mask, and then like fucking run to the woods, carry the poop bucket like 5 minutes away from the house, and just like throw it into the woods. And gloves. Yeah, gloves are a must. Gloves are 100% a must. A mask to clean for you. Yeah, I need to bring in a mask. Dumping it into the neighbor's yard. I mean, honestly, at this point, like, dude, the thing is, like, if that lady came to talk to me the first time I was there, I would have had fun with it. Now I'm literally gonna be like, I'm just gonna tell her to go fuck herself. Like, I'm so fucking tired of this shit. It's just like these fucking old people that just have nothing else to fucking do. You know, try to put it in like a bag before taking it out in case the bucket breaks. Yeah, I think that might be the move as well. And also probably instead of taking it from the handle, probably like trying to get it from under for another more safe approach. But you know, when this whole thing happened, I kind of thought that I would be cleaning up my father's shit, not like the shit of a random man. Which also, the crazy there's like so many aspects of this where I'm like, there were cleanliness standards that he had, and then there were some things that I guess he didn't care about. Because there is the bucket of poop and piss that is in the kitchen, but also there's toilet paper that is next to the bucket. So he did wipe, but then at the same time, he was fine with having the actual bucket of poop and shit in the kitchen. There's so many like pieces to this where I'm like, sometimes he cared and sometimes he didn't. What do you do with the dirty toilet paper? I mean, it's probably in the bucket. In the kitchen of all rooms too. Well, he tried moving the kitchen to the living room. He moved like all the stoves, all the electric stoves from the kitchen into the living room, which that must have sucked to do, and then find out that there's no electricity in the house. They're like these portable stoves. It's not like an actual big stove. They're quite big, but they're not like the whole like unit. But like, yeah, he moved the TV, which is one of those like old heavy TVs, like that's a box. And that's, yeah, it really must have sucked for him when he plugged it all in and he realized there's no power in the house. Is he without an actual home? No, he has an apartment that's like given to him by the government, I think. So I don't know. I guess he doesn't like it there or something. So Man, this chat thing is annoying because it keeps like coming back, and then I'm like, I can look at my monitor again, and then it goes away, so I have to look down at my phone. I've never had a fucking problem like this. This is the most random shit of all time. What is he just shitting in a bucket for the love of the game? I mean, honestly, could be at this point, you know? I don't know. Nothing would surprise me. Nothing would shock me in this situation. Currently at a bay in Washington for a shark class where we go on boats and tag sharks and get other data for research. Wait, that's fucking awesome. That's like really cool. I need to go like look at some sharks or something. That'd be a nice. Something new in my life, I guess. Also, the question, I mean, there was no toilet. What was he going to do? I don't know, empty out the bucket every now and then. Because the bucket is heavy to the point where my sister couldn't lift it. So that means there's enough shit in there that my sister couldn't lift it. You know what I mean? Like, that would have been a nice move. Or I'm going to be honest. What do I pay taxes for? One of the cops could have made himself useful. Throw out the bucket. I don't care if it's not on your fucking job list. Clean up the bucket. Do me that fucking favor. If you want me to back the police force, clean the bucket of shit out of my kitchen. Isn't that literally a hazard issue? No, literally. And it's evidence. It's evidence. You'll have evidence that the man was in the house. You'll have evidence for your case. I feel like him getting the bucket past the broken wall would have been a shit show, though. Yeah, that's true. That's also true. Maybe it's good. Maybe that's good. But yeah, that's... Even now as I'm talking about it, I just get like kind of depressed. I just hate that he went through all the personal shit and moved everything around. I really fucking hate that part. I really didn't even fucking care that he broke in. I thought it was kind of funny until I saw pictures of like what he had done. And that part, I mean, I guess I don't really have energy to be angry, but I am just kind of like, I'm like, that's a bummer. That's the bummer. That's the bummer of the situation, probably. So yeah, I don't know. If you guys have any questions, I'll take any questions. But other than that, I don't really know. I don't know what else to say about it, I guess. Any the Q&A section. How old was your dad? I think he was 75. He was 75 years old. He had his birthday a couple weeks before he passed. The house smell when you went. Yeah. It smelled. It smelled to the point where like you couldn't really be in the house for extended periods of time. You'd have to go out. You'd have to go out and get some fresh air. So it was pretty bad. Can you expand on the you being the chosen one lore? I mean, I don't really even know really that much what that means. All I know is that he said that the aliens at one point he was like driving this narrative where like I'm not even his son because I'm the son of aliens and I was so he was like making up this like narrative in his head where he got cucked by a bunch of aliens. A bunch of aliens came and I guess impregnated my mother. And then he was left to raise the child. Or I guess, he didn't really, which I guess makes sense. How possible is it that the pendulum holds his soul and the next person that holds it will be inhibited by his soul? Well, if I find it, we'll find out. We'll find out, I guess. But I don't know where it is. And now that I was gifted a free cleaning service, I don't know if I'll ever find it, to be honest with you. I'm also curious what he did with the cat food. Like, did he eat the cat food too? There's a lot of cat food in the house. I have a similar question. Do you think the pendulum was making him evil? If anything, I think he was making the pendulum evil. I think the evil was present prior. And if we were to treat this pendulum with seriousness, then I would say that he probably loaded it up with some evil energy. I think maybe the pendulum was actually something positive, and he perhaps corrupted it. Play Overwatch with the pendulum by the computer so his soul can get trapped in there with two meds. No, that would actually be... wouldn't even know like how my dad would react to the concept of being trapped in Overwatch. Because, you know, it's like really weird. He hated video games. He did this like repeated thing where whenever I'd be playing a video game, he would stand behind me and like construct these elaborate scenarios of like what kind of crimes this video game would make me commit because of my addiction to video gaming. He would be like, and most of the time it would be like flash games. Like I've definitely like told this story before, but I have this like super vivid memory of me playing a My Gym Partner's a Monkey flash game on the Cartoon Network website, and him like standing behind me and being like, this is really bad for you. You're going to do terrible things when you grow up. And I was like, okay. But then in the same kind of breath, he would download a shit ton of video games for me. Like, he put me onto a lot of games that I don't even... For example, craziest example, he put me on a Truck Simulator, because Truck Simulator is old as fuck. I remember playing it in like 2013 because he downloaded it for me and said, I found this game for you that I think you'd like. And it was Truck Sim. Like, that's kind of weird. It's from like such a far away time, and it's become both like one of my favorites and your guys' favorite on the stream. And it's kind of rooted in my dad. My son will be a truck driver. I mean, yeah, he definitely wanted me to be a bus driver, and I was super into buses as a kid. And trucks. I could talk to anybody about buses and trucks and planes and stuff for hours, really. It's like when my mom got me a veterinary surgery sim as a reward for learning my 3 times tables. Wait, that sounds fucking fun. That sounds fun as hell. And then, yeah, like, you know, he'd buy me GTA. These are like the many things that I just never understood about him. He would buy me GTA, and then the whole time be like, you are going to shoot someone when you grow up. And I'm like, okay, like, is that like your ideal scenario? Like, why'd you buy me this then? This doesn't make any fucking sense. And then I guess like I don't know, he was like he was like really like what, the fucking song broke. But he was very I don't know, like anytime I was like kind of good at something, he would be like, "Oh my god, You are going to be the best in the world at this, which sounds sweet. But it was definitely like motivated from his own way of like, oh my God, my son's going to become fucking rich. This is going to be amazing for me. He was really into like hyping me up, but yeah, 100% out of his own gain. So I don't know. So many like complicated fucking dynamics to that man that I don't think years and more than a decade after trying to analyze it, I don't understand. Just I guess the problem is that with a lot of people like this, you kind of try to connect it to how your own brain works, and it's just like not compatible at all, because I wouldn't do like any of these things really. If I ever end up rich, I'm no contacting my whole family. Yeah, it is awesome when you start making money and like your whole family that you don't really fuck with starts hitting you up and being like, "Oh my God, oh, these bills recently have been crazy, man. I can't fucking believe it." Yeah, he knew about like my YouTube, and he knew about all of this. He was very tapped into that. Because he was very online. Were you his only son? Only son that we know of. Because with a man like him, you don't really. There's theories that there are other kids somewhere, but like it's mostly just based off the fact that he had a lot of affairs back in the day. He was like sleeping around a lot. And then I think there was like something with a lady in Latvia where we're like, it feels like something could have happened there. But we don't know, and we'll probably never know. Why do narc dads love being overly online? My friend's dad has a damn Substack and it's popular. You know what? Thank God. Thank God my dad never got around to finding out what Substack is, because he 100% would have been on that shit. 100%. He would have been obsessed with it. What is that? That's a new hot thing where everybody, which like, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I do think people are overdoing the Substack just a little bit. The Substack overhate. They're hating on it just a little bit too much. Because obviously people are gonna post some stupid shit on there every now and then. And, not everyone's writing is the best. But also like I'm not gonna sit here and like knock someone for like feeling like they wanna write some pieces and put it out there, even if they use like the same word like 1,000 times in the writing. You know what I mean? I guess it's like kind of what Blogspot used to be. I don't know if any of you guys ever had a Blogspot. I had a blog on Blogspot that I would post long bullshit on. The people yearn to blog. Yeah, I think we just have this like deep need to put our thoughts out there. Had a WordPress. Yeah, WordPress was another one. Now you have a Tumblr blog. Yeah, that's true. Tumblr is kind of similar in the way where, I mean, every time I open up the Tumblr box, I'm like, I just feel like I gotta write like a nice little piece here. Like I can't just leave it at like a couple sentences. I gotta really hunker down and like put in like a long fucking thing. And I kind of love it, because I do think writing is fun. Although it sometimes stresses me out a little because then I read it back like 1,000 times and I'm like, oh, this part sounds like it's clunky. And then even after like reading it back 1,000 times, right after posting it, I read it one more time and I'm like, how did I not notice this part? This part's all fucked up. Because I do think like one of my biggest peeves, mostly in my own writing, is when I keep accidentally reusing a word. Because I think I have this habit where like I will fucking pull out a word out of my ass for one sentence and then that word will linger in my brain. And without noticing, I will just keep fucking putting that word everywhere. And then I read it back and I'm like, oh my God, Jesus. It's like I discovered this word today, bro. Why did I keep using this shit? So a lot of the times I just end up going back and changing that and then fucking like I just sit there like scratching my head being like, what's another way to word this that would be more interesting to read? But then like I think a big problem with some like YouTube video essay writing is that it's a lot of people either number one not knowing to do that, so they do just kind of say the same thing in the same exact way over and over again, or they become a little bit hyper aware of that and it kind of their writing kind of reads like an essay where you're trying to meet a word count where they keep rephrasing the same thing just in different words. So like I don't know. I think it's I'm always super impressed by people who can just casually write like a pretty long and well put together piece. Because for me, I feel like it's just like such a process. A lot of like analyzing and rewriting and editing and whatever. And meanwhile, some people I feel like just like sit down and fucking magic comes out of their brain. For me recently, it's the word vignette. It's a good ass word, to be fair. It's a nice word. The book I'm reading right now, every sentence is 3 pages long. It's blowing my mind. I feel like one of the like the grammatical mind fucks that I have with English is that I feel like the use of commas is a lot more straightforward in Estonian. I would say every other part of Estonian is way like harder and difficult and fucked up, but at least the commas are pretty straightforward. In English, I feel like I can never fully fucking comprehend the proper use of commas, so I feel like I'm just kind of like putting them in where like it feels like it's right. I'm just kind of throwing them in. And then like I read it back and I'm like, this doesn't feel like there should be a comma there. This maybe feels like it should be a separate sentence, but at the same time, it feels awkward to start it as a new sentence. So like, I don't know. That's just like, maybe it's just like my brain and it's like not compatible with it for some reason, but the commas are just always, I don't really know what to do with them. That's what the semicolon is for. Wait, you're right. Because I think my English grammar took a little bit of a nosedive right after I left school. Because then for like a few years I was just like posting bullshit and like I wasn't really thinking about it. And I think, you know, because I would write scripts for videos, but the way I would write scripts was I didn't like reading off a script because I felt like it made me sound too robotic. So what I would do for my videos is I would write a script, and then based off that script I would write like bullet points, and then I would try to just like talk about it. But like the way I would write the scripts was like very like kind of, it wasn't really following any grammatical rules because I was like, no one's fucking reading this shit. It's just kind of, it's gonna be me. Semicolon and M dash, my beloveds. I will never forgive AI for what it has done to their reputation. The M dash, the loss of the M dash kind of sucked because I was really getting into it right before AI came in and started putting it everywhere. And at one point, I don't remember which Letterboxd review it was, but someone at one point was like, this feels like it's written by AI because I used the M dash like 3 times. And I'm not gonna lie, that was the most offensive fucking thing that I think anyone has ever said to me. Like, I'd rather you just say that the writing is a bit shit than just call it AI. If you said the writing is a bit shit, I'd be like, you know what, fair enough, man. But like saying it was AI killed me inside. I never really used M dashes, but I do love a rule of threes, which AI has claimed too. Fuck AI and fuck people who call everything AI. Yeah, there are things where I'm like, I guess people do have AI trauma now where everyone is like a little bit too quick to call everything AI, which freaks me out a little bit. Because then I'm like, well, I don't think this is AI. This is just like probably one of the styles of art that AI really loved sucking up. Like, this was probably one of the AI's favorite art styles of all time. Apparently, like $2 trillion in the American stock market just got lost today. Please bubble pop. Dude, it's so awesome how like the whole system is built on like a bunch of fucking bullshit numbers that don't fucking mean anything. Except for like except it's like really bad. It's really bad for like you if like the rich businessman's line goes down and all the other rich businessmen can't profit off the line going up, so then you have to get fired. You get fired because the line wouldn't go up. Which also, okay, can I just quick vent? I think the people who are handling the Avatar: The Last Airbender franchise, I can't think of like a fate bad enough for them, to be honest. These people have fucked it. They have fucked it on like such a bad scale. It is crazy. I don't know if it could have been in worse hands, to be honest. It's the last like 15 years could have been spent building this franchise up and up and up, where now they would have this fucking Colossus franchise. Incredibly fucking huge name that would sell so many fucking things. And instead, they tried it with that fucking dog shit M. Night Shyamalan movie that now, you know, that was horrible on every level. No fucking thought was put into it at all. And that shit kind of like really killed a lot of things. But the reason I'm talking about this today is because they canceled the Avatar RPG game that they were working on. That was announced like, I think like 2 or 3 years ago. I think like today or yesterday they announced that it's like not really in the plans anymore. And it's just like another moment in the long history of this franchise where I feel so let down. And at this point, it just feels like the whole thing has this like curse on it. You know what I mean? Everything kind of goes wrong. They haven't done anything that has wowed anyone. Well, I would say the one season of Korra. There was like one season of Korra that did kind of wow me. That show was inconsistent, but I don't remember which season it was, but there was one season where I was like, this is actually peak writing. This feels like so true to the soul of the old show. And now the new series is at the risk of being leaked, and the movie was already leaked. Like, this really sucks for the whole animation industry as a whole. Yeah. I mean, the movie getting leaked is devastating. It's really that was like the day that news came out. It actually put me in like some kind of like grief like state, because it's already been like such an uphill battle to even get this fucking movie made, and then it was taken out of theaters, streaming only, which is so stupid. And then it gets leaked, and it's just, man, Paramount Viacom has always been terrible to their animation department, which makes me terrified of the Warner Bros. Merger. Yeah, that does seem to be the case here. It just seems like a total disrespect to the medium of animation, which really, it's literally the most annoying thing in the part of like, these people are so fucking stupid. Executives, all they care about is the bottom line and making money, and they have so much money just sitting there waiting for them on the table, and because they are so fucking stupid, just genuinely some of the dumbest fucking people on planet Earth, they won't take the money that is fucking begging for them to take it. It is insane to me. It is crazy to me. Every person, because Avatar is in a lot of ways the same way as like Pokemon, where, you know, Avatar, the show was great, obviously, but a lot of us are like, we were taken prisoner by it, as in like we watched it when we were kids, and the universe is amazing. It's this beautiful universe. Like the all the like bending powers are so cool. Like, everything that built around it is so cool and vast, and it's fucking perfect for an RPG game, bro. It is so perfect. It is so fucking perfect. And all of us that are like these fucking nostalgia prisoners, we have been on our knees for 15 years saying we will pay for anything. Bro, I spent like $100, over $100. I don't know how much I spent, because it was like one of the first things I bought right after getting like a big YouTube check. Was I bought all the fucking Avatar books. I don't do that for anything. I never buy the books for anything. I bought all of them. That's how much of a fucking prisoner I am. I am here on my knees saying, please let me give you my fucking money, dude. I will give it to you. And what are they doing? They're saying, oh no, we don't actually want it. We actually don't want your fucking money at all, bro. Like, stop with the live action remakes. I think we need to do like a brain scan on any sort of executive that is like super into these live action remakes. I guess like number one is that it's like, I guess the reason why they do it is because it's like a guaranteed hit. They don't really have to like make up new material. They can just rerun the old stuff and fucking put them in front of a bunch of green screens, and it's chill. But like, fuck, dude, stop. I'm going to be 100% honest. It's not that like there's never been a live action remake that was like pretty good, but I'm honestly against like any sort of live action remake, period. We don't need any. We don't need a single live action adaptation. There's no purpose for any of them. I don't care. We don't need to make it live action. It's so fucking stupid. If it exists in an animated form, I am completely fine with there never being a live action remake. I don't fucking see it. I don't see the point. Yup, apart from Moana, we needed that, and we're pulling up when it comes out. Okay, I will say the funny fucking thing about the Moana live action remake is how The Rock is just running it back. I will say that is like the funniest fucking part of it, is like they didn't even have to recast the fucking actor. The Rock is just there again. Which makes me think, like, when they were making the animated movie, they were probably like, wait, this is lit. Because when we make the live action remake, he's perfect. His Oscar run failed and he gave up immediately. Yeah. I mean, The Rock does to me kind of seem like a viewer count Andy. Like the streamers that are like super locked in on the number 24/7, looking at it every like 20 seconds when they're streaming. Like he does seem like he's like super into that. I'm not against adaptations if they have something interesting to say, but they literally never have anything interesting to say. No, yeah, they don't. Because it's like, okay, I don't know, like the movie, I guess that, I don't know if there was like a Scott Pilgrim animated show before the movie came out. I'm not really like super into that universe, or like I'm not aware of it, but Scott Pilgrim is one where I'm like, okay, well, this was something that could have been an animated movie, but it was live action and it worked great. So like I don't hate it. Yeah, though, yeah, I know about the one that came out after. But just as like a principal rule, I think if we lived in like a beautiful universe where we could trust companies to make live action remakes only when it would work, then I would be like, fine, yes, sure, let's do it. But feels like 99% of them are just like, money, we gotta renew the copyright. Now you will get to see Bambi's mom get gunned down with live action gore. You will see the fucking bullet penetrate her fucking skin with this new live action fur technology that we've developed. Isn't that exciting, children? I think the Resident Evil movie will be better than the other live action adaptations because it isn't as connected as Resident Evil 2, but I'm still kind of scared it'll be slop. I'm, when it comes to like video game adaptations, they're not really something that I'm like, I really give that much of a shit about. But, for example, I do think Resident Evil has like a universe that is ripe for it, I guess. It's like you could create some great horror movies, some thrillers, some horrors out of it. I do feel like if I had to make one, gun to my head, there's some kind of maniac that's put a gun to my head and says you need to make a movie adaptation of a video game. I think the approach is to tell a story in the universe that is not connected to the characters that exist in the games. It has to be a game that has a universe that has a lot in it. Because I don't, I don't need to see a fucking live action Leon Kennedy. No disrespect to my fellow Estonian man who got a paying job out of that. But I don't need to see a live action Leon Kennedy. I'll be honest. It's just not something that's necessary for me. So I don't know. I just think all of it is bullshit. I think animation should be respected in its own right. I think animation is fucking incredible. And I think animators are quite frankly sick in the head for even being able to make something like this, something so brilliant. I think there has to be like something going on in your head for you to be able to pull off something so incredible. And I think we need to respect that. That's why the Fallout show is great. The lore is perfect for it. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Because I mean, the Fallout universe is like, it's like pretty fun, like pretty interesting. Or I guess like the aesthetic of it is pretty fun. The whole like nukes dropping thing is not that fun. That's pretty that'd be pretty stressful. Yeah, animators are insane masochists also because it's so time consuming. I'm a 2D animator. To all the animators, I just want you to know that I'm not an executive, so I can't like greenlight your projects. I would if I could, but I do love your work a lot. I think animators are kind of fucking magicians, to be honest. The idea of like making like a drawing like a whole universe and then like making it move, like that's magic. That is just magic. You're creating a whole fucking world. I'm literally working on a 2D Annie assignment while I watch this right now. That's fucking amazing. The like few animation I used to have this I used to download this program where you could make stickman animations, and I made like two of them, and it fucking drove me nuts. It drove me insane because it wasn't even because it was an old program. It wasn't the one where like when you do like the pan and crop, like it auto moves it for you, so you can just move the leg and then it'll create all the frames of the leg moving. Like you had to move the leg frame by frame, and I like hated my life. I think even though I was like 11 or 12 when I was using that program, I've never felt like I was in a deeper hole. But I can't even imagine how fucking satisfying it must feel to be at the end of like a big animation and it's all moving and it's living and it's breathing. Like that must feel crazy. Paramount are prepared to sell some of their children's TV assets to secure EU approval for their Warner Bros. Acquisition. The EU has heavily scrutinized the overlap between Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. Dude, I will say that's like the one thing that the EU does have like random like things where I'm like, this is actually kind of fucking awesome. Like them fucking telling Apple to just fuck off. Them telling Apple to like change the port. I'm like, that's some fucking shit that like is random as fuck, and I'm glad. I'm glad. Like randomly they'll lock in and be like, this is fucking crazy. Kind of feels like giving birth and creating life. Nothing compares. Oh yeah, I bet. I bet. I will forever be in awe of all the animators. 100%. Honestly, just like any art form, really, because I think at the end of the day, to get like really good at something, you do have to just spend hours and hours of just like fucking driving yourself insane and not understanding how this works or like how to make it do that, and then like but then figuring it out and then all of it becoming kind of like second nature is a really good feeling. Feels like you've done something good. Man, I wish this fucking chat thing wasn't happening because I feel like this is gonna make it. I mean, honestly, I don't think it's really possible for me to do anything because I have to look down at my phone every like minute because my chat disconnects. Literally, what on earth could be causing that? I have no idea. This is so weird. Should have been in the RuneScape category the whole time. Unfortunately, I discovered that badge is only available if you gift a sub to like one of the streamers that is like competing in the event or whatever they're hosting. Also, if anyone has subbed during the stream and I missed it, I'm sorry, because like nothing's working. So if I catch it, I see it. But if it happened in a moment where my chat died, then I missed it, and I don't have a way to see it currently. I'm sorry. I think it's like something with my ISP. I think something is happening where their download connection is cutting out, but the upload is fine, which is why the stream has been like the most. The stream has been the most like perfect quality stream I've ever streamed in my life. But everything else around it has just been fucking. It's been rubble, dude. It's been rubble. But this is, you know, it's kind of cool because I never even thought that something like this would be possible. This is a totally new issue. And it's always fun to discover the amazing things that. I mean, I guess that's what makes computers fascinating in general, that it feels like all of this barely works, because when it breaks, a lot of the time it is for just like the most random as fuck reasons. when your Windows breaks and it's just like something in the system just like stopped fucking working for some reason, and it's like, what are you, fucking sentient? Like, how could this happen? How could a part of Windows just break for no fucking reason? You're running on like a set based, like a set amount of like fucking commands. Like, just fucking make it work, bro. Microslop. Yeah. Dude, this song is fucking awesome. The song is so good. And it broke. I can't believe it. I guess we're running it back. I remember when my Xbox 360 wouldn't work as a kid, I would hit it and it would fix it. Dude, old technology was so much like that. If it broke and you gave it a kick, it would just be back to normal. Which, I guess that's also another real life equivalent of magic. I'm gone from work for a month because of broken wrists, and I hope my friend coworkers don't forget about me. They won't. They will not. But I hope you get better soon. Blowing on the DS game so the game could work. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like, I can't have this one song. I can't even just have this. This one song is all I want right now. I just can't get past that one part. Great, and now no song is working, guys. I mean, I guess it's better than if like the whole internet was fucked. Title is so cheeks. It is, but I think this is related to whatever is happening with my internet currently. Now I got a notification. Last FM failed to scrabble. Yeah, thanks, man. I mean, I'm glad you didn't scrabble, because the song's not fucking playing anyway, so what does it fucking matter? Can't have shit right now? No, literally can't. You got any CDs? I do have CDs, but I don't have anything to put them in. I have no CD player. It hasn't worked not plugged in for like 2 years now. Oh, that's the worst when that happens to a laptop, dude. Actually, one of the worst laptop problems, when it can't do the job of a laptop anymore. And you have to have it plugged in at all fucking times. Dude. Let me restart title. Or like, wait, you know what I have? Wait, this is perfect. When I bought that, dude, the mix, that's exactly what I was thinking about. They can't take the mix from me that I paid $1 for. Wait, this actually came in clutch in this moment. Right on my Winamp. What is the fucking Winamp slogan? It really kicks the donkey's ass. Or some shit. This plus the birds chirping outside my window right now is such a beautiful vibe. Wait, so what happened in the Average Harry boxing match? Did he get his ass kicked? Where do I see like a footage of that? Oh, never mind. No websites are loading. Never mind, guys. But I gotta turn this down a little bit. He got knocked out? That's crazy. Why is it that every time someone I know is in a boxing event, they get matched up against someone that is like way fucking taller and bigger than them and just like fucking beats the shit out of them? This feels like a crazy thing to have happened twice in my life. All upload and no download. You're doomed to give but not receive. That is true. But hey, the chat's working now. It's on a good streak here. Wait, this age-restricted adult content because I'm not logged into Twitter. Age-restricted adult content. This content might not be appropriate for people under 18 years old. And I don't want to log into Twitter. Oh, my God. Okay, so it's just like YouTube that's not loading. What about Twitch? Nope. Wait, maybe I can watch it on my phone. I can react to it on my phone. Let me see. Oh, it's not even a video, it's a picture. I think Harry did good for being against someone twice his size. Yeah, I mean, this matchup is... it's crazy. Me personally, I would not have done it. When he started hopping around at the beginning, I knew it was over. Then right underneath that tweet, it's Yorgos Lanthimos is now a photographer and questioning whether he wants to make more movies in the future. At this point, I'm asking, will I make more films? I don't know. We'll see. Bro, I think you just kind of overdid it. Maybe you're a little bit burned out. This guy made like 100 movies in 3 years. Let me see this. Jesus. Nah, you guys gotta check out that link, bro. It's crazy. I would show it to you, but I can't. This is kind of this is like when Discord didn't have screen share and like Rabbit was in the midst of like its 7th bankruptcy. So you would have to like sync up the YouTube video. Oh, Rabbit. God, I loved Rabbit, dude. I honestly, what I loved about Rabbit was that it was just like it was like a whole other fucking machine. You know what I mean? Felt like I was in someone else's computer. It felt awesome. When Rabbit was dying and you had to share your screen via Google Hangouts, I never, I'm not even gonna lie, I never got that desperate. My friends love trying to break Rabbit. I guess Rabbit is just dead now, right? Rab.it. What about Plug DJ? Is Plug DJ around nowadays? Oh, fuck yes. I'm on the Rabbit Wikipedia page. Oh, this is kind of short. Wait, I can show. I can't show you guys this. I can show you guys the Rabbit Wikipedia page in case anyone's curious as to what it looks like. Rabbit, known as Rab.it, was a video streaming website and mobile application. Yup. In July 2019, Rabbit CEO Amanda Richardson announced the site was soon to cease operations. A round of VC funding had failed in May. I mean, it's kind of insane that it survived as long as it did. Can we read Wikipedia articles together? It's on the front page today. The Astronomer painting. Ooh, what do you guys think about this painting? I think it's pretty cool. It's very well done. Love the way the light looks in it. Like it's very cool. Is there a Wikipedia category? Wikipedia. Oh wow. Wikipedia founders. Fun fact, there's theories that Vermeer created the world's first camera to create that painting. Wow. Okay, talk about fucking narcissism. Jesus. One of the longest articles of all fucking time is dedicated to Wikipedia itself. Articles in the 20 largest language editions of Wikipedia. Oh, the largest Philippine language. Interesting. Wow. 20 million speakers and they have the second most articles. That's incredible. Accuracy of content. I do like them laying it out. Gotta hand it to Wikipedia on this for laying out their own criticisms. Wikimania. Wikimania is the Wikimedia movement's annual conference organized by the community of contributors and hosted by the Wikimedia Foundation. Wait, Could this be the next VidCon? Oh, these locations. Oh, I was gonna say like Egypt. This is lit, and then I saw. Oh, virtual environment. Nairobi, Kenya. Wait, 2027, Santiago, Chile. You gotta go, Chapo. You gotta go to the Wikimania 2027. Attendees break for lunch. Wait, they have lunch together. Why doesn't VidCon do this for us? A 2012 group photo. '14 group photo. I wonder if the Wikimedia conferences are like all the other conventions where there's just like a bunch of nerds having orgies. Because at the end of the day, that's what every convention turns into. And I would love to hear about like the Wikimania conference gossip and tea, like all the drama that happens. Because they're getting into fights. Some of them, at least. Be funny if be funny as fuck if you didn't go to any cons for years, but you show up to Wikimania 2026. Yeah, that's gonna be my. It's gonna be my new go-to convention. If you want to meet me, you can meet me at Wikimania. Talk. Wikipedia is hosting a potluck in my city in a few weeks. Is that real or is that a joke? It's real? What? You can just go? You can just go and bring some food and then eat a bunch of good food? Or is it like invite only? Oh, damn it, my fucking chat disconnected. Well, we had a good streak there for a second. Felt like I was really a part of the world. Now I gotta retreat to my mobile device. I lost my place in the... Not sure if YouTube works. It doesn't. Does not work. I'm sorry. YouTube just literally won't load. Let me look at the YouTube wiki page. Let's see what kind of pictures they have on here. I bet they have some awesome creators on here. Or maybe I should go on like the YouTubers. Oh, this classic, of course. The same picture I put in my Paralives house, but from a different... Just came out of Backrooms. It was so good. Oh, fuck yes. List of most viewed YouTube videos. Well, if we can't watch them, let's look at their titles. Baby Shark Dance. 16 billion. Damn, Gangnam Style is almost at 6 billion now. I'm glad that it kept getting views. Timu's big game ad, 4.5 billion. Sugar Maroon 5. Historical most viewed videos. Damn, Baby Shark has really, I mean, I don't know who's going to catch up to Baby Shark. And honestly, the fact that Despacito is still number 2 is pretty impressive. List of most disliked YouTube videos. Oh, God, it's not loading, guys. Oh, man. It's not fucking loading. Oh, and there goes my chat. You know, this is what it must have felt like when the Artemis 2 crew went behind the moon and lost contact with Houston. Currently, I am the furthest a man has ever been from any other human being. It is just me and my thoughts. Oh, here we go. List of Spotify streaming records. Blinding Lights, 5.4 billion. I guess I'll pull out my phone again because my chat hasn't come back. Checking in on you guys. This is real, The Weekend greedy as fuck. Yeah. Let's guess what they'd be. Yeah, everybody guess what the most disliked YouTube videos could be. And then I'll click on it in the hopes that maybe it'll load. YouTube Rewind. That one PewDiePie video that was like disliked this video. All right, let's find out, guys. The moment of truth. Oh. Jesus. 20%. Or 86% and 20 million, I mean. Sadak 2 trailer. Oh, but 94%. What is this? Why did people hate this? The film's trailer was released on 12th of August 2020 on YouTube, and within a week, it became the second most disliked video and the most disliked film teaser/trailer on the platform due to internet users protesting nepotism in Bollywood after the death of Sushant Singh Rajput. Huh. That's interesting. Oh, there were just spoilers for the movie there. I'm sorry if anybody wanted to. Faced vote brigading owing to the nepotism debate sparked, speculating that Rajput had been upset over being shut out of the film industry due to hiring practices that favored children of established film personalities. Rajput's fans blamed notable people in Bollywood, including Sadak 2 director Mahesh Bhatt and his daughter Alaya. Huh. Can we read the nepotism in Bollywood page? Yeah, hold on, let me check it out. Oh, nepotism. Oh, this is on the nepotism page. And then India has one that's, first of all, India and the US are the only ones that have like subsections underneath their country name. The Kapoor family, one of the most prolific generational families involved in Indian cinema, have been known for bringing their children into the industry with their endorsements and influence. In June 2020, a fresh debate on nepotism followed soon after the suicide of actor Sushant Singh Rajput, which fans believe was in reaction to efforts by Bollywood insiders to boycott him. Filmmaker Karan Johar, whom Rajput had worked with in the Netflix film Drive, was quickly accused of nepotism by actress Kangana Ranaut, with Rajput's fans calling for boycott of Johar and his studio, Dharma Productions, as well as of actors Salman Khan and his brothers. Wait, is this? No. Damn, these are like... Wow. Whole fucking family has a Wikipedia. That's like when you click on Anderson Cooper's Wikipedia page and it says he has like a family portion. He has a family like on his, like, you know, when it says like date of birth, relationships, and then there's family, Vanderbilt, and then you can read all about the, because, like, you know, obviously the Vanderbilts are one of those deeply influential families. Wait, there's no... Well, I was going to say that, yeah, there's no nepotism in Estonia, but there is. We just, nobody cares. Nobody cares about us. United Kingdom. Politics. President John Adams appointed his son John Quincy Adams as the first United States minister to Prussia. Around 30 family members or relatives of President Ulysses S. Grant prospered financially in some way from either government appointments or employment. President John F. Kennedy made his brother-in-law Sergeant Shriver. This motherfucker's name was Sergeant? What? Imagine your baby being born and you're like, yeah, it looks like a sergeant. President Richard Nixon faced lingering allegations stemming from the business dealings of his younger brother Donald Nixon. What? No, this is obviously fucking biased. I guess this whole fucking page is probably... It's corrupted now. Because they've given a biased take on Richard Nixon. Nixon antis wrote it? No, literally. I misread it and thought it said fingering allegations. Notably younger Nixon's ties to influential U.S. defense businessman Howard Hughes. Oh, the Howard Hughes rabbit hole I went down one time. That was interesting. Howard Hughes is definitely like probably someone that Elon Musk has like jerked off to a bunch of times. At least that's the vibe I got when I was reading about him. In 1979, Bill Clinton, within weeks of being newly elected as governor of Arkansas, appointed his wife Hillary to chair the Rural Health Advisory Committee. In 1993, newly elected as president of the United States, he again appointed his wife to chair a task force on national health care reform. In 2013, Bill appointed his daughter Chelsea a member of the governing board of the Clinton Foundation and Clinton Global Initiative. Clinton Global Initiative. Okay. Political families. Oh, never mind. We lost it. That was a good little streak we had there going on. Got to read a whole bunch of pages. Oh, here we go. We're back. In India, 3 members of the Nehru Gandhi family have served as Prime Minister of India. Oh. The Koirala family. The family is one of the most prominent political families of Nepal. The Clinton Global Initiative got to be some sort of sex trafficking bullshit. Yeah, or like money laundering. I feel like it's definitely some shit where like they built like a house somewhere and Bill like hit in the last hammer and they were like, yeah, we do a good job. That's not even his voice. I forget what he sounds like. It's been so long since I've heard him. The Addams Family. Dude, the Addams Family reference. The Kennedy family. The Bush family. Dude, that is an awesome fucking last name. I gotta hand it to him. That's the only thing I'll hand to them. Wait, who the hell are these, bro? What the fuck? New Bushes just fucking dropped. Samuel P. Bush. Samuel P's in a bush, dude. I bet that's what they called him in school. I bet they fucking mercilessly bullied him and said, Samuel P's in a bush. Samuel P's in a bush. What was this guy? He established himself as one of the leading industrialists of his era. Fucking gay. Prescott Bush. Prescott Bush. United States Senator. Oh, that's so sad. He died before he could see his sons become president. My heart just shattered into a million pieces. Wait, I gotta see who else is in the Bush family. There's gotta be some funny ass names in here. Sarah Bush Ritchie. Barbara Pierce Bush. I didn't know her last name was Pierce or her middle name was Pierce. Or I guess that's her. Yeah, that is her last name. That's her maiden name. Jenna Welch Bush Hager. Jeb Bush. Oh, Jeb, we'll never forget you. Other relatives. Winston Churchill? Bruh. British Prime Minister is the 6th great-grandson of Robert Coe. Oh, dude, I remember Robert. Making Churchill and George W. Bush 7th cousins twice removed. Mary Parker was executed by hanging in 1692 for witchcraft in the Salem witch trials. I need to read up more on the Salem witch trials because I don't want to open that page in case there's, I don't know, some crazy shit in there. But, well, I guess it's in 1692, so it can't be like anything that crazy. But I've never read that much into it. Like, I've read here and there. I don't understand the twice removed thing. Yeah, I don't really understand it either. The whole, like, logistics of designating the cousin roles, I've never understood them. Because I'm going to be honest, you're either my cousin, as in you're my aunt's child, or you're nobody to me. Once you're a cousin who moves past that part, you are at most like a relative, but even then we don't you're nobody to me. To be honest. What about parents, cousins, kids? Let me think of anyone okay, so parent, cousin, kid. The only parent, cousin, kids that I can think of live in Perth, Australia. So I will never meet them in my life. So it's not really something I have to think about. Three-time Time Person of the Year. Wow, W. Bush got it twice? Vanderbilt. Actually, no. Let's go this way. Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper, American journalist. Relatives, Vanderbilt family. Cornelius Vanderbilt. I think like a while ago I did a deep dive on the Vanderbilt family because I was bored, but I've like forgotten everything, so I can't even info dump. Jesus! My fucking God. Bro. George John Godolphin Spencer Churchill, Marquess of Blandford. You're telling me the Vanderbilts are real? Dude, they're real and they birthed the gay CNN news anchor. if it wasn't for Vanderbilt, we wouldn't have gay CNN news anchor who has funny chemistry with Andy Cohen. But they like is this like all they have? Like they kind of fell off. Like, oh cool, you have the 17th Earl of Winchelsea. Cool, bro. Man, I tuned into this stream to take a break from my politics essay. What the hell? No, this is not politics, this is tea. We're reading up on Vanderbilt tea. Watch me fucking pick out one sentence that says the most terrible thing that's ever fucking happened in the universe. No, I'm not even gonna fucking Jesus. Associates? What, so these were like people that would come over for a dinner? What the fuck? Horace Henry Baxter. The oomph section. No, literally. I'm trying to live that kind of life where they gotta even list my oomphs on my Wikipedia page. That's the kind of impact I'm trying to leave on planet Earth. Businesses.
Aga.
All Air Ironworks. Big Four Railroad. Big Four Railroad. Western Union. Dude, if it wasn't for the Vanderbilts, we wouldn't have a banger ass Echo 2K track. And also, I wouldn't have to explain to my grandmother that, like, no, you should not make a Western Union account to send that man money on the internet. Their impact is so present in my life. Rockefeller. Jesus. Just pure evil is staring at me. Ooh, okay, wait, gay? This is gay. 100% gay. Yup. This is my comfort Rockefeller. He's gay. I mean, come on. This has got to be the gayest man that's ever fucking lived. Personal life. He was gay. Hold on. Gay. Homo. Male. Sex. Okay, so it's... Partner. Oh my god, partner. Beacon Capital Partners? Like, what? Wait, personal life. There's no family.
Naurahtava hymiö.
In August 1900, Rockefeller. What's up, Ben? Thank you for the 37 months. Rockefeller was invited by the powerful Senator Nelson Wilmarth of Aldrich of Rhode Island to join a party aboard President William McKinley's yacht, the USS Dolphin, on a cruise to Cuba. Although the outing was of political nature, Rockefeller's future wife, philanthropist and socialist Abigail Green. Wait, Green like Bruce Green. Do you guys think Bruce Green has connections to the Rockefeller company, the family? Okay. The two had first met in the fall of 1894 and had been courting for over 4 years. Okay, so talking stage. Rockefeller married Abby on October 9th, 1901 in what was seen at the time as a consummate marriage between a marriage of capitalism and politics. The couple had 6 children. Abby, John, Nelson, Lawrence. Wait, that kind of looks like Bradley Cooper. Not really, but kind of. Abby died of a heart attack at the family apartment at 740 Park Avenue. Okay, what? Fucking docs. Okay, interesting. Junior remarried in 1951 to Martha Baird, the widow of his old college classmate Arthur Allen. Damn, he went for the widow. I guess they were 2 widows. I guess that makes sense. List of richest Americans in history. Hey, how about see also list of gayest Americans in history? I mean, come on. Come on. I mean, seriously, bro. Every fucking picture that he shows up in. I think I hope that if I ever enter some kind of rabbit hole where I commit my life to a cause, I hope it's to talk about how this man was gay. I like stand outside the Rockefeller fucking family estates and I hold up a sign that says, John D. Rockefeller was gay. You're to love the 7th grader Carnegie, Rockefeller, Vanderbilt, J.P. Morgan, Yowie allegations. Yes, of course. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Nicknamed Johnny Rock by his roommates, Rockefeller joined both the Glee and the Mandolin clubs. Oh my God, no, he's gay. He was the Kurt Hummel of the Rockefeller family. Who would you pick for your associates section on your wiki page? Be a long list. Long list with many paragraphs. You know what? I'll say it. I'll put Chiblee on there. Jack's Films. Oh my God, yeah, Jack's Films. Wait, does Jack's Films have a wiki page? He must, right? Jack's Films. What is this picture, bro? Douglas performing with Toby Turner. Yeah, this is the kind of shit they would have on my fucking wiki page. I came from a Jack's Films raid. Wait, that's fucking awesome. Oh my god, did anybody watch this? My Music? This was like the Fine Bros show. I watched this for some fucking reason. It had all the classics on it. Yeah, Grace Helbig was in it. Jack Douglas was in it. I was like obsessed with it at some point, I think. Oh, this fucking guy. He had the fucking hair. Damn. Didn't fucking win shit. Jesus. React Media LLC. Wow, but they won a lot for Elders Gaming. Elders Gaming won online film and video gaming channel. That's all fucking awesome. 6 degrees of oh, there it's gone. It's gone. We've lost connection. Oh, and there goes my chat. I'm once again alone. It's hit me with the disconnect sign. I'm looking down at my phone. Hey guys, I'm looking down at you. Wait, it's back. What do the Fine Bros do now? I don't know. Because of the increasing success of the React franchise in collaboration with Nick Cannon. That's amazing, man. Out of all the people to collaborate with. I had a Fine Bros video in my recommendations recently. Yeah, I think they're still, they're kind of doing what they always did. Entertainment related YouTube channels. Wow, there's not a lot of entertaining YouTube channels at all, actually. One of the ones being listed is fucking SourceFed. That's crazy. Liza Koshy. Gracie's Corner. Rooster Teeth. Wonder how many people from Elders React are dead now. Yeah, and how many of them were still alive to vote for Trump for a third time? That's also a good question. That fucking dude. Imagine the fucking humiliation ritual of your fucking chud grandfather getting the Elders React gig, and you're like, you know what, it's fine as long as he just reacts to videos of like cats. And then they do the Elders react to Donald Trump, and your fucking chud grandpa is out there broadcasting to millions saying, yes, he's the fucking man, I love him. Actual fucking nightmare, dude. Because that's the one thing about having like piece of shit family members. At least like most of them, you don't have to deal with like fucking broadcasting to the universe. Wait, did they do that? Yeah, they did one for I mean, it was kind of a sweep across the board. They did an adult react, teens react, everybody react to Trump, and then they did like a tally at the end where it's like, who are you voting for? Are you voting for Hillary or Trump? Oh wait, guys! All the great news to the people of Indiana. That's the next. Look at this. I got a video working. Indiana is coming to Truck Simulator. Yeah, that would. That's probably what it would look like. Yup. Oh, that's kind of cool. South Bend. Wow. Well, that's kind of a cool street. Indiana. Fun fact, South Bend is in the north of our state. Man, it doesn't even make sense. But that's exciting because we're getting closer and closer to places like New York, which that's going to be hype. Oh my God, when we do the New York City to Los Angeles road trip and truck sim on stream, dude, that is going to be so fucking exciting. So exciting. Anyways, probably gonna call it for here and hope that for tomorrow I get my internet working in a way that's not fucked up like this. Wait, visiting chatters and truck sim. Oh my God, wait, that would actually be kind of fun if we did a road trip where we visit every town that a chatter lives in. Holy 48-hour stream. That would be insane. But we'll see. Can you check out the Temper Trap sometime? They're an Aussie band and they might be your vibe. Oh, okay. Temper Trap. Temper Trap. Start in San Diego because I know so many here. Yeah. I think the chat is kind of like a bunch of people in Maryland and then for some reason a shit ton of people that live in San Diego. Cuz every time I mention San Diego, there's like a bunch of people that go like, "Oh my God, I literally live in San Diego." Which is crazy. I don't know why everybody lives in San Diego all of a sudden. I literally live in San Diego. Dude, you gotta become friends with all the other San Diego chatters. I literally live in San Diego, just lied. Cool. Great. Who up in here lives in Washington? Yeah, guys, pull up to my work. We're going out of business and our guitars are 45% off. Well, you guys could get a good ass fucking deal on a guitar. Wait, there's two chatters from Oregon. I need to spread the word of Aksually here in the Philippines then. We're in the Philippines, that's fucking lit. I love the Philippines. The Philippines I would love to visit someday. It looks really pretty. Why half the chatters on the West Coast? Well, probably right now because of the time. I feel like a bunch of the East Coast chatters definitely passed the fuck out and went to sleep. You have like 5 fans here, including my mom. Wait, that's awesome. Any chance of Montreal? Wait. I've been to Montreal. Anyone in Tennessee? Yeah, me. That's why my internet's so fucking shit. Anyone in Vancouver, BC? Damn it, I'm fucking jealous of you now. Although you're probably paying like $10 million in rent every month, but you do get to look at a mountain. So I am jealous of you on that front. Anyways, I will be back tomorrow. And then next week, I think the schedule is definitely going to be a little bit patchy. But I think after next week, things should return to normal. Until I go on vacation. Because at some point, I'm going to go on vacation because I need it. But we'll see. And it's looking like Prezzo will be coming to Estonia in August. We still got to finalize things, but if it happens, it's looking like August. So it's going to be fun. I'm excited to I'm excited to get into all that. Thank you, everybody, for watching my live stream, and thanks for listening to the fucking boohoo, my dad is dead. Appreciate it. And I hope that, there's a lot of people that are probably going through similar things. Hope you were able to take something from it. Or like